Princess of Wales and Prince of Wales attended this year's Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony in Boston this evening. Kate looked stunning tonight as she wore a fitting green dress, a clear nod towards nature and the environment, which is what the Earthshot Prize is all about. But what stood out the most was the princess glistening emeralds. The choker around her neck, as well as her earrings, belonged to the late Princess Diana. Diana's emerald and diamond choker is an iconic piece, which the late Princess of Wales was seen wearing often during her lifetime. Kate also wore the matching emerald and silver earrings, also once worn by Diana. The earrings were tiny studs with 2 drop studs hanging from them. At the center of the studs were tiny emeralds, surrounded by diamonds. Kate's dress was a mint green, off-the-shoulder piece by Solis London, called the Sabina. It featured long sleeves and was floor-length, reaching Kate's bold footwear. Although the garment was tight, it was in a classy, stylish cut, and not too figure-hugging. It also had a subtle belt-like panel, cinching in the waist. Kate completed the look with a pair of silver, sparkling stilettos, which were just about visible underneath her gown. The princess debuted a new hairstyle as her brunette locks were swept to one side in a stylish side parting. Kate looked beautiful, but her jewelry stole the show. Royal fans will know that Diana was a huge fan of chokers, and the emerald and diamond piece was one of her favorites. Always the fashion risk-taker, Diana once wore the emerald choker as a headband. Back in 1985, the late Princess of Wales donned the iconic jewel as a headpiece to a gala event in Melbourne, Australia. The royal combined this with a teal, satin evening dress from David and Elizabeth Emanuel, which went stunningly with the shining emeralds. The Art Deco-style choker was given to Diana by Queen Elizabeth II following her marriage to Charles. It was gifted to the late monarch by Queen Mary. According to reports, Queen Elizabeth was frustrated with the way Diana wore the choker, preferring that she don it around her neck, rather than on her forehead. However, there were many instances where Diana also wore the choker as it was intended as a necklace. As for tonight, the winners of the Earthshot Prize are set to be revealed in the MGM Musical at Fenway, in Boston. The Princess of Wales brought the theme of her husband's eco-friendly Earthshot Prize to life in spectacularly stylish fashion this evening, when she arrived on the green carpet wearing a rented neon green off-the-shoulder gown. Kate, 40, certainly pulled out all the stops for the evening, which has been described as Williams' Super Bowl moment, taking a break from her normally reserved sense of style in order to steal the spotlight in the eye-popping number. In keeping with the theme of the evening, the princess chose to don a rented design from a brand called Solis London, which the royal got from online designer rental platform How, which charges between $91 and $238 to loan the gown. However, while Kate's borrowed garment was a far cry cheaper than the high-fashion pieces she normally sports, she added plenty of bling to her look in the form of a stunning diamond and emerald choker that once belonged to her late mother-in-law Princess Diana. The dazzling Art Deco choker, which is believed to be worth more than $15 million, was gifted to Diana by the Queen, who herself inherited it from her grandmother Queen Mary. Diana wore the choker on a number of occasions, even pairing it with a green off-the-shoulder gown, just like Kate, when she attended a glittering event in London back in 1993. However, the choker necklace is perhaps most famous for being worn by Diana on her head during her and then Prince Charles' tour of Australia in 1985. At the time, images emerged of the then Prince and Princess of Wales dancing at a gala in Melbourne in which Diana could be seen wearing the pricey piece of jewellery around her forehead like a headband. It was later revealed that the fashion-forward moment happened purely by chance, after the princess got the necklace stuck on her head while putting it on, only to like the style so much, she chose to keep it that way for the rest of the evening. Kate added some more sparkle to the look with a pair of matching $11,375 Asprey diamond emerald earrings, which she is understood to have recycled from her own collection, in keeping with the theme of the sustainable event. Similarly, the princess turned to her own closet when it came to her shoes, a pair of dazzling Gianvito Rossi heels. Having encouraged guests at the Earthshot Gala to wear vintage, reused, or second-hand clothing in order to fit the event's sustainable theme, Kate set a shining example by sporting the designer shoes, which she has worn on a few occasions in the past, including at a reception in the Bahamas during the Willis's Caribbean tour in March of this year. She had her long brunette locks styled in her signature loose waves, however she pulled her hair back behind her ears in order to let the off-the-shoulder design, and her dazzling jewels, to really shine. This evening's event marks the second time that Kate has chosen to wear jewelry belonging to Diana. Upon her and William's arrival in the US on Wednesday, the princess sported some diamond and sapphire earrings that her late mother-in-law once owned. Meanwhile, William put on a dapper display in a black tuxedo, keeping things classic with a dark navy velvet jacket and a black bow tie, while also sporting an Omega watch. The Prince and Princess of Wales were given a Hollywood-style welcome as they arrived at the event, with cheering crowds offering up cries of support as they exited their hybrid Range Rover vehicle that was specially chosen to fit the eco-friendly focus of their trip. Kate and Wills made their way down the green carpet, pausing a few times to speak to other guests, before making their way into the venue, where they were greeted with a standing ovation from the other attendees. Once inside, they were joined by Earthshot Council members, John Kerry, Ms. Naomi Yamazaki, Hindo Ibrahim and Indra Noy, as well as the program's CEO Hannah Jones. The ceremony kicked off with a reference to the colonists who came to Boston 400 years ago and settled on indigenous lands, a similar theme that was raised at the Earthshot launch on Wednesday, when Reverend Mariama White Hammond urged attendees to consider the legacy of colonialism and racism.